Welcome to Neighbors in Need. I'm Scott Spezzano. Pleasure to be able to serve the community in this fashion. It's really trying to put together people who help the community and how we can help them. And today we're here with our friends from the CDS Wolf Foundation. And who are you, sir?
Tom DeRoller.
What do you do there?
I'm the executive director of the CDS Wolf Foundation.
He's the head honcho. We're really happy to get you in here. Appreciate it.
Honored to be here.
And you?
I'm Karen Pecora, Vice President of Marketing and Public Relations at our parent company, CDS Life Transitions.
There is such an amazing thing that you guys do in our community. And I mean, some people know about it. They might even drive by a facility that you have or one of your day spas, as I like to call it, for your clients. But let's start at the beginning, what CDS Wolf Foundation is, how it came about, and who do you help?
Sure. So we started as a parent group in 1977. A group of parents who had children with disabilities came together because their children were aging out of high school, and they decided to put together an organization so that their children beyond high school would have programs to go to, residents to live in, so that they could be part of the community. So it's been around since 1977.
1977. And it's turned into how many people do you
Serving almost 6,000 people across New York State, mostly centered in Monroe County, but a very diverse human services organization with 6 different companies, if you will. So the mission started serving people with disabilities, giving them day habilitation programs, residential homes to live in, but it's expanded to senior and integrated housing, insurance, managed care business, a veterans service that we call Warrior Veteran Services. And we also have Unistel Industries, which is a spice processing manufacturing company. We employ, the majority of the folks employed have disabilities.
It's funny because every year that we do this event that we're talking about, that I love to be, the Strikes for Abilities bowling party coming up in March, I always end up either when I'm stopping into your Webster location or whatever, I always end up getting a whole bunch of spices, and they last throughout the year, and I always end up regrouping. So, and I love to cook, just to let you know. To let you know. So much going on, all the inner workings, the cogs of what CDS Wolf Foundation does. We were just talking about, I just mentioned the Hard Road Webster location. This facility is absolutely beautiful, and it's thanks to people in the community, sponsors, and people helping out, where you can have a headquarters like this. And can you describe this facility and what it does, Tom?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So we're located, as Scott mentioned, on Hard Road in Webster. Our facility has been there about 11 years now. We were in a previous location, which we grew out of. And as Karen mentioned, we're an expanding organization. So we identified that we need a larger location, and plans were put into place to build the facility from the ground up on Hard Road. And there is our headquarters for administration, but on the first floor is the day hab programs, which occur every day. So our individuals will come in on our vehicles, which I'm sure folks see out on the roads of Monroe County every day. So they come into the facility around 7:30 in the morning, and they have worked backwards from a schedule, from a life plan of interests. So, we have an art studio, we have a computer studio, we have a music and dance studio, we have an athletic studio and pool, aquatic center as well. We have a cafe on site, Flutter's Cafe.
I've eaten many lunches there, and they're delicious.
They're phenomenal.
All served by the people there that have the interest in being in food service.
Yes, so our individuals are there taking your order, preparing your order, serving your order, cashing you out, all of that. So it's a phenomenal a place, where we get to see where the results of our efforts from the foundation make a difference in the lives of people every day.
There's a stage in one of the areas along this wandering giant pathway of like cool. And I remember going over to the headquarters for a performance of Shakespeare that your individuals did, and it moved me to tears. It was amazing. Stuff like that really, you go 30 years back, that was never provided for individuals with disabilities. And to see what you guys do in the community for them, it's just heartening, because a lot of times they're forgotten unless you know someone who has a child or a young adult or an adult with disabilities. You don't think about this stuff, but there's a huge need in the Rochester area, and there's a continuing need for you guys because you still have, you're trying to take care of everybody, but you can't because you just need to expand. That's why we like to do fundraisers, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. If there's one thing that the takeaway for the CDS Wolf Foundation, you want to provide an overall encapsulating commentary about what you want to provide for that community, what would that be? How would you phrase that?
So the Wolf Foundation provides support for all the unfunded areas of CDS life transition.
Okay.
So any of the areas, the senior housing, Unistel, CDS Monarch, which is the foundation of our support for our individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Mm-hmm. So the CDS Wolf Foundation supports all of that.
That's great. And you're the money raisers.
Yes.
It's all your fault.
Yes.
We got it, and so we need to help you. So we're talking with our friends from CDS Wolf Foundation, Tom and Karen, and Strikes for Abilities Bowling Party is coming up March 8th at Webster AMF Bowling, 1 to 4 p.m. This is, how many years now have we been doing this?
So this will be our 13th consecutive year.
Yeah, cool. That's Lucky Strike, right?
Yes.
The Lucky Strike, Lucky 13. This is an afternoon of bowling fun for anybody who wants to come out and do this. You guys put together teams for each lane. Is that correct?
That's right. So we have 64 lanes. We occupy the upper and lower floors of AMF Empire lanes. We reserve the whole facility for our event, which is amazing. And I have to say the AMF folks are very good hosts for us as well. So so 64 lanes, 5 bowlers per lane, 320 bowlers on a great afternoon in March.
I love the fifth frame. Now, I've been hosting it for years, and I loved it, and I can't wait again. The fifth frame, everybody stops. And then there's a challenge. If you throw a strike, then there'll be, there'll be a monetary challenge. And to hear the place, like 64 bowling balls hitting the lane at the same time, we go 3, 2, 1, go, and the sound is like nothing you've ever heard. It's so cool. And you hear screams because strike there, we got another strike there. This is so much money we made. Ah! It's such a fun, family friendly. It's almost a very bonding experience too, because you start elbowing with the other teams. You start finding out, well, what team are you from, or what company decided to buy a lane and have sponsorship of that. It's just a great time. Now, if there's a business listening right now that wants to help, how's this work? What do they do?
Yeah, so absolutely. They can contact me directly by phone, 585-347-1205, or email me, tom.droller@cdswolffoundation.org. We have non-playing sponsorships that start at $250 and go on up to title sponsorships, and lots of support from the community year after year. And we certainly would love to welcome new sponsors and new teams.
Yeah, and you raise the money. You go on as on the team. Like if you raise $100, you earn a gift.
Absolutely.
You raise $250. What is that?
Oh yeah, so your name goes in the hat to qualify for a grand prize, and it's a brand new bike.
Oh wow! Every year, people try to become top fundraisers. I want to mention one team that does really well every year, and he's become a legend. His name is Chucky, and Team Chucky is always bowling their hearts out, and they raise thousands of dollars every year, which is amazing. There's 5 ways to do fundraising for this event coming up on March 8th. Tell us some of the ways we can do it.
So bowlers and teams can cover their own registration, which for a team of 5 is $250.
Mm-hmm.
Or we have pledge sheets available that you can use, walk cubicle to cubicle, or you can send it via email to your families, friends, high school friends from years back, and solicit donations that way as well. Or people can go to our website and sponsor you as a bowler or team.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
So you could just grab everybody in the office and be like, here's an email. Just click this link and help us out.
Yes.
I like this one where you plan an event, like you have like a wine pairing food thing you want to do at your house. You can invite everybody over. They can all kick in some money, and all the donations will go towards your team.
Yes, absolutely.
Or to you guys. Or every time you shop, maybe you can stash some extra change in a jar, and you'd be surprised how quickly that adds up. There's lots of ways to become a fundraiser. And again, you can go to cdswolffoundation.org to find out more about how to get in on this. How are we on registrations at this point?
We're doing good. We're pacing well. We're about half the lanes full, so that's good for this point.
Okay, great. Don't wait till the last minute, because people they get crazy. They start balding, they get wrinkles, they go gray. So don't give these people heart attacks. Get your registrations in. And it's all great for of course, a great cause. I want to give a shout out to 2 of my favorite bowling partners, David and Mike. These guys call me every day on the radio without fail, 365 days a year, just to check in and say hi. And they're so dear. They're like little brothers to me, and we love to help them out. And they're really looking forward to bowling again this year. You'll see Mikey Mike. If he's there, he's the guy with the Elvis bowling ball. It's got Elvis on it. Anyway, again, your support's going to benefit people served by CDS Life Transitions as they reach for their dreams of independently fulfilling lives in our community. And your support of this event enables CDS Life Transitions to provide really good quality support and services to the people. I tell you, Mike, who calls me every day, he's so excited. Like his people are going to bring him to the Polar Plunge. When is it? Last weekend. He's got all these great activities he does all the time, and it's thanks to you that allows them to grow and blossom in the community. It's really cool. Any other things? Okay, so this fundraiser is coming up on March 8th.
Yes.
And you still have time to get in if you go to cdswolffoundation.org.
Right.
What are some of the other fundraisers that you guys do throughout the year that we could talk about?
The Teeing Off for Abilities golf tournament is happening this year on July 27th from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. And that is held at Oak Hill Country Club.
Oh, at Oak Hill. Nice.
And they just have renovated their courses and modified 3 holes. So I'm fairly certain that we'll be the first charity tournament that'll be playing on the new course.
To be able to get a charity tournament at Oak Hill is completely legit. So this is one to hop on. I would assume they can go to cdswolffoundation.org to find out more about that event.
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent.
And we have another event, Scott, that's a couple days and timed ahead of Veterans Day every year. It's called Salute, a Toast to Our Veterans. And that's held in the rooftop ballroom at the Strathallan Hotel in Rochester. Last year we had Sergeant David Bellavia as our keynote speaker, Medal of Honor recipient, just a dynamic presentation by him. And each year we have a new veteran-related keynote speaker. So that's a great event, lots of support from the community, and we've been doing that for 7 years now. That's
fantastic. We're out of time, but we want to be able to maybe get you back in. Maybe we can get you on the the radio one more time before the event happens. And want to get you in to talk maybe just specifically about the Warrior Salute that you do, part of all CDS, Wolf Foundation, and all the organizations that they benefit. Karen, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it. I wish we had more time. Tom, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And don't forget, go to cdswolffoundation.org. Sign up for Strikes for Abilities Bowling Party, March 8th, 1 to 4 p.m. And thank you for letting us help neighbors in need.